I spoke to a group on Monday night in my state of parents who are very concerned about critical race theory. Anyone in here concerned about that being taught in schools? These parents were fired up. They are going to their school board meetings, they are organizing, they are fighting. I actually came to deliver a bit of a contrarian message, which I was nervous about with this group, but it was pretty well received in the end. And that is, hey parents, you're playing whack-a-mole. Right now it's critical race theory. A minute ago it was comprehensive sex education. It's been Common Core. It's been all these things, and you think you're making progress. But if you whack that mole down, are you content with how government schools are operating? Do you think the curriculum is okay? Do you think we're churning out a dumbed-down generation of apathetic individuals, or people like Brett over here who are self-motivated and confident and intellectual? And so I told these parents, I said, there's a lot more work that we have to do. The fight isn't just whatever the issue of the day is, which if you're like me and you put a little tinfoil hat on, you feel some of this is like intentional to distract us from these systemic problems that are happening. We have a much bigger fight. I'll give you an example of what I see the problem is. In my state of Utah, red, Republican, conservative Utah, we had this school go viral, the elementary school, because they had the ABCs printed. You know, they do like the A is for apple, B is for book for like the younger kids, right? Except like A was for activism, S was for social justice, Y is for yes we can, which has no political connotation at all because of Barack Obama, right? All of these like activist-y kind of terms, that's how they were teaching the ABCs to these kids. And I always laugh at that. I use that story a lot because everyone's like, oh, Tuttle Twins, you're indoctrinating kids. I'm like, they're doing it too. Like, you got to recognize they're trying to reach your kids, so why don't you want to reach them? So the problems exist independent and underneath and far broader than the issues of the day. That's what I think the problem is. Now, my message to those parents was, that's great, let's fight critical race theory, but let that be a foot into the door of a much bigger effort that you're going to have this awakening of the bigger problem. So to end on a positive note, with our think tank where we do a lot of policy reform, we used COVID and like, oh, we need flexibility for families because Zoom and all that, you know. We're opportunists. The left does it, so we got to do it too. And I said, hey, legislature, families need more flexibility. So you know what we ought to do? We ought to get rid of compulsory education. And so Utah, now I said that wrong. We have a moratorium for 1 year. We did not fully repeal it. But now we're going to be able to say with this upcoming school year, whereas our state is the only one that has no compulsory education for a year, we're going to be able to show cats did not marry dogs, the sky did not fall, kids got education, and then we're going to either kick that date down the road or just try and repeal it altogether. Because this is a flawed model we need to move away from, and we need systemic reform, not this little, whack-a-mole on top.
Right on.